And I'll just move in tight there so that I've got this recorded for now. And then we'll go and get some batteries. I should be good. it's a perfect fit. So these are very powerful diesel electric Caterpillars that implement the same type of power and transmission system a locomotive uses. Pretty amazing technology to handle around-the-clock work like this. The bulldozer operators operate about 8 hours a day, and then the ground crew that supports them works for like 12 hours a day. They have 2 and 3 shifts. We're expecting about 20 million guests here this year. Because of that, it's a mission field that comes to us. That's the amazing thing about this. And if you would like to introduce yourselves, that would be awesome.
Yeah, Ryan Majumbi, and I'm Aaron Horner. Yeah.
Excellent. And you're visiting from?
South Charlotte.
Excellent. And how long are you here for?
About a week or so more.
Yeah. Nice, yeah. Nice. Now, are you with another group out here as well?
I'm with out here now, but we're with Campus Outreach.
Nice.
It's a Christian Ministries.
Is it related to Cru, Campus Crusade?
I don't know. I haven't. Maybe it could be similar, but I haven't heard of them now.
Okay. Well, and one of the nice benefits of mission outreach in this area is there's not a door to slam. However, people, when they're curious, they're open to new information. So a lot of people will come up to me, or they'll just go to my channel, which is kind of hard to find for some. Some people can find it with the hashtag YouTube Truth. The name of the channel is Truth. To hashtag YouTube Truth will get you there. For whatever reason, with their algorithms and that, they're not. If you just type Truth, you're going to have a challenge finding my channel.
And what's the name of your channel? Is your channel just Truth?
Truth. That's the name of the channel.
That's impressive that you have that name. Yeah, that name is pretty hard to find.
Well, it's I could have a dedicated URL if I added something to the Truth. That's been done. There's a lot that's been added to the Truth to deceive. So a clever deception has a certain amount of truth in it, and depending on where it is, like a Logan Paul video is going to have a lot of ridiculous content and a little bit of truth. And then if you look at like Nova, Discovery, the NASA channel, they're going to have some truth, but they're going to show what they believe reality is. Like National Geographic would show all kinds of animals, beautiful cinematography, and then talk about how we evolved from primates, monkeys. We still got the monkeys. Yeah, that's the smoking gun on evolution being science fiction, as far as I'm concerned. But what I've talked about too on my other video, I believe that you were, I was explaining with you, the biblical account of creation is a stationary earth in many locations, with the sun, moon, and stars moving above the face of the earth.
Okay.
That's a big deal. Joshua 10, God stopped the sun from moving, not the earth from spinning.
My question to that is, I feel like there's a lot we agree on, honestly.
Yeah.
All of us here. But I guess I'm not with you on the flat. And so I'm just wondering, like, I'm curious about it.
Okay, so the most compelling evidence for a level plane, non-moving earth is the water. Right. We're looking at waves coming in. However, undisturbed water is flat and level. I've got photographic evidence on my Facebook that shows perfect symmetry of like the Prince Resort right there in a gazing pond behind, a water retention pond. There's not there's almost no ripple on it that can be seen. If we were spinning, wobbling, and gyrating, there would be ripples, there would be movement. So that's one of the things.
When you're like in a car, right? You don't feel like you're moving. What do you think about that?
I feel like I'm moving when I'm in a car. I do.
Okay.
If I change any direction a little bit, I sense that movement. When my chair was tipped like a quarter of an inch lower on one side, I needed to level it out. It was bugging me.
Right.
So I just leveled it up with the horizon, and it's fine. So I can tell when I'm leaning a little bit. We don't have to think to stand vertically. According to the heliocentric or globe model, there's a rotation of over 1,038 miles an hour in an easterly direction that none of us can feel. And water will fly off of a frisbee, a tennis ball on the beach. I don't have my plastic inflatable globe with me right now, but I do have one at home. I've got a couple of them. They're in my videos. I'll show water just pouring off of it and going underneath. That's just what it does. All of our interaction with water indicates that water is seeking its level. It's more dense than the air that we breathe. And the solid matter like steel, rock, sand is more dense than the water, so it falls down. It falls into the water. We've got a sea level liquid mirror. If you look at the family right there, they're reflecting off of the water. They may be reflecting on their past, present, future. People do that out here at the beach. It's a different environment than a ball game or a movie. People go to watch a dinner and a movie as dinner and programming. We've been programmed all our lives.
Right.
So now I would simply say God's Word is God's programming to let God's children know what has happened, and everybody else too. What has happened, what will happen in prophecy, and then fulfillment of many, many prophecies in the life of Christ. On my like video playlist, Ron Wyatt discovered the archaeological remains of the ark that Noah built, and it's in the mountains of Ararat. Yeah, you maybe didn't hear about it.
No.
There was metallurgical results that proved that there was aluminum and titanium non-naturally occurring. They were created. It was created with sophisticated metallurgy. There's a firmament up above the earth that separates a lot of water that's above us. It's called the firmament from this water that's below. The flood that Noah prepared for, we had the fountains of the deep open up, which could very well be a component of the tidal activity, as well as the floodgates of heaven, or the windows of heaven, opened up. And it started raining. 3 water sources accounted for that caused enough water to cover the face of the earth that it went over all the mountains.
So, I guess my question is with the tides. Like, if the earth is still and everything, like, what causes the water to move on tides?
Okay, so the volume there could be like a recirculating system within the earth,
Okay.
like the fountains of the deep that God's Word talked about. There's a relationship between the sun and moon and also the tidal activity. I've got an app called the Tides Near Me app. This shows us the tidal activity. When I recently refreshed it, what I'll do is I'll go to this one right here, which shows the percentage of the moon and when the sun and the moon will appear and vanish from this vantage point. It's a worldwide app. I'll show my audience here as well. So where real quick as it relates to that, where the sun and the moon appear and vanish from our vantage point cannot be, and their duration of visibility varies very much. It indicates that they're the ones moving clearly, not a uniform rotation speed of the globe.
Right.
So reality exposes the global deception. A careful look at what evidence we have around us, what we can see, the water being one of them, and that's huge. The physics and properties of water, that's huge. The other thing is that, like I said, there's no evidence to prove the movement of the Earth, and there's no accounting for a supposed rotation in air travel. And 8 inches per mile squared is the accepted formula to prove or disprove the globe. I disprove the globe every day with it. Earthcurvature.com, you can type it in. The distance between here and California, in about 2,300 miles of distance, there would be a hump in the middle of the country,
Right.
325 miles tall.
Right.
And there's not. 325 up and down, 650 miles of missing curvature. Can't be found. Long distance photography proves it. Now, NASA doesn't always lie. In their training for fixed wing aircraft of a constant mass flying over a stationary level plane, it's in PDF documents that are actually on my channel that a friend of mine, Dean Odell, elaborated on, shows the documents. I've got the documents as long as they're not taken down. But you can look up the PDF files as well. They're public record.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so the other thing is I've driven from coast to coast, and I averaged 55 mpg with a diesel modified Volkswagen. When I got to the mountains, 5 to 7% grade, my fuel economy dropped into the low teens. What that means is that for me to average 55 mpg indicates that I was driving mostly on a level plane, because the spherical trigonometry indicates over a 30% grade. My car couldn't have climbed it, let alone averaged 55 mpg. I've flown from coast to coast. There's no accounting for air travel differentials. When I flew from California to here, supposedly my destination was leaving me about 1,000 miles an hour faster than I'm flying. Or no, roughly 500 to 700 miles an hour faster than I'm flying. Conservatively, if the globe were true, my destination would have rotated underneath me 5 days later. And when I flew from here to California, I would get there in a couple hours.
Right.
Because my combined speed would be around 1,200 miles an hour. That's not happening. So the plane time is about the same in any direction. Imagine trying to land an aircraft on a spinning ball. It
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
You can't.
You can't. So I know they'll talk about the atmosphere is like Velcro to the spinning ball, only
Right.
in the imagination. That's where the globe exists. That's what I told Logan. That's what I'll tell anybody. The globe exists only in the imagination. Yeah,
One quick thing.
sure.
Sorry to make you, to ask you to do this, but would you mind doing the introduction thing again? The introduction thing for
Oh.
us again, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, I feel like my parents want privacy, so I don't want to say my last name. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Okay. My name is Ryan.
Yeah,
And I'm Aaron.
Yeah.
good to see y'all. Thanks for your questions and comments, and I'll just let this keep on rolling.
Sweet. Thank you for understanding.
Oh, yeah, you're fine. Not a problem.
What time do you need to head out, Ryan?
I'm going to probably head out now. It was
Okay.
a pleasure to meet you.
Hey, pleasure to meet you as well. Thank you
Good
so
meeting
much. And my contact number is an anytime number. Feel free to
Okay.
reach out anytime you
Sweet.
like.
Thanks so much, man.
Hey.
I'm gonna look into it some.
Excellent. Sounds good. And you'll be here for about a week?
I think so, yeah.
Excellent. Feel free to reach out anytime you like.
Okay.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, you have a good one, man.
And you as well. I wanted to get the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers logo. I can get it now. There we go. Very interesting, the symphony of humanity that comes out here, and that I have an opportunity to meet. Truly a pleasure. You may want to hashtag buoyancy. It's a fascinating topic. That'd be true science, real science. Right now the ship out there is vacuuming up sand and cleaning it somewhat off the bottom of the ocean. And shortly we'll be delivering that here. Thank you very much. We're expecting about 20 million guests here this year. It's an amazing opportunity to interact with humanity. That'd be Aloha Water Sports. You can give them a call.